West Bengal have been marred with violence. Even as the polling is being held amidst tight security, multiple incidents of clashes are coming to light among party workers. Ballot papers were thrown in the pond in Murshidabad after clashes between two groups. In fact, a TMC worker has also been shot dead last night. Well, even as the polling is underway, several incidents of clashes across the state are coming to light. Elections have been marred with instances of violence and allegations of even booth capturing. And in an incident coming to light from Murshidabad, what we have been given to told is that ballot papers were thrown in the pond, and also clashes took place between two groups. A TMC worker also lost his life in these clashes, in fact, last night. And the run-up to the Panchayat elections, remember, was marked by intense campaigning. The ruling TMC was engaged in a bitter war of words with the opposition, the Congress, the Left Front and the BJP. And Shreyashi, in fact, is getting us updates from the state even as the polling process is underway. Shreyashi, massive violence being reported from across the state. Several incidents, multiple incidents of violence being reported from across the state. Are we expecting repolls in any of these places? Because there are several of these, districts where violence has in fact marred the entire process altogether.
Well, the repolling information will only be finalized once the State Election Commission holds a news briefing at 6 p.m. after the voting ends at 5 p.m. But several incidents of violence being reported from across West Bengal. Remember, 20 districts of West Bengal are voting today in the Panchayat elections, but instances of violence, there have been several who have been injured. About 6 reportedly killed already since morning, since voting began at 7 a.m. The high tension areas are, of course, Bangor in South 24 Parganas, Rajarhat area, which is very close to Kolkata as well. Districts of Kuch Bihar, Malda, West Midnapur, also reporting of violence. And most of these incidents are between the BJP and the TMC, while the TMC is being accused of creating this violence. So we'll have to wait and watch as to what the figures are currently once the State Election Commission holds a briefing, because the Calcutta High Court has been extremely critical when it came to the security, because the Panchayat polls were going to be earlier held in 3 phases. But then it was reduced to a single phase voting with so many cases on in the Supreme Court as well as the High Court. So now we'll have to wait and see once the State Election Commission briefs the media as to what was the intensity of the violence that has unfolded today with the polling underway.
And this was probably not expected, the intensity of the violence that we are seeing unfolding while the poll process is underway. Multiple incidents of booth capturing, ballot papers being thrown in the pond, violent clashes being broken out between two political parties. And this was indicated well before, during the campaigning as well. It was intense campaigning in the run-up to the Panchayat elections, Shreyashi, when the ruling TMC was engaged in a bitter war of words with the Congress, Left Front as well as the BJP. And in many ways, perhaps we can say this was expected, given the fact that this is being seen as the last major election in the state before next year's Lok Sabha elections. So stakes are intensely high ahead of these polls.
That's right. It's a litmus test for the Mamata Banerjee government, because these poll results will be an indicator of what's to come in the 2019 Lok Sabha election for West Bengal. Of the 42 Lok Sabha seats that West Bengal has, 40 belong to semi-urban areas, and they are voting today. So we'll have to see. The stakes are extremely high for both the BJP as well as the TMC, because the BJP is looking at making inroads in the state. So we'll have to wait and see what culminates once the results are out on the 17th of May. But the run-up to the elections, and even with polling today, violent scenes across the state, and extremely shameful, because this is the least that the state can do, is provide security to the people who are going and exercising their franchise to vote.
Absolutely. In fact, Shreyashi, continue being with us even as we speak. reports of further violence coming in from this state. Visuals on your screen from Uluberia and Joarguri, where supporters of an independent candidate charged bombs at policemen blocking the National Highway 6. Policemen lathi charged to disperse the mob, as can be seen, and they also fired one round of bullet in the air. These are visuals coming in from Uluberia and Joarguri, where supporters of an independent candidate charged bombs at policemen. They blocked the entire National Highway 6. In fact, the policemen then, in order to contain the situation, lathi charged to disperse the mob. Shirshi continues being with us. She is with us over the phone line. Shirshi, so while we were speaking about how it was the responsibility of the state authorities to ensure that there is law and order situation contained for all of them, all the citizens who are going out to poll, who are going out to cast their ballot, exercise their right to vote, this is a situation that has completely exposed the authorities altogether. Yet again, we are getting reports of violence coming in from Uluberia and Joarguri, where supporters have charged bombs at policemen.
Well, that's right, and this is just one instance. There are several instances that we've been reporting since morning where independent candidates have been attacked, where ballot papers have been set ablaze, there are proxy votings taking place. So unruly scenes thereof coming from various parts of the state. But what's important is TMC minister, TMC spokesperson, TMC MP Derek O'Brien has tweeted a short while ago, and the justification that is coming out from the ruling party here in West Bengal is that earlier back in the years when there was left regime in this state, there have been extreme violence faced by the people during elections, and that percentage has gone down. But is that really a justification a ruling government can give, that in the previous years there was more violence?
Absolutely.
And we've managed to bring it down by so and so percentage. That's not the right way to deal with the law and order situation at hand while people are voting today and standing in queues in polling booths. On the other hand, he's even gone on to accuse the BJP of joining hands with the Maoists to create tension in various areas of West Bengal where polling is underway. So that is what we're hearing from the TMC so far. So we'll have to wait and see whether the Chief Minister herself makes a statement to the media regarding the violence that has unfolded. And it's just not the BJP who's being attacked, or the left, or the Congress who's been attacked. Even TMC has lost around 14 workers already in the run-up to the elections. So every party is therefore at a loss, and it's extremely shameful that in a democracy like ours, people are not being able to go out and vote fearlessly.
Absolutely, and on top of that, shoddy justifications coming in from the ruling party are not being able to ensure safety on polling day for the citizens. Shirshi will continue tracking updates with you through the course of the day. Thanks for joining in for the moment.